I'm Malcolm Van Delsten. This is an excerpt from How Low Can You Go, book 5 in the Do the Wrong Thing series. Last time in How Low Can You Go, older Ava talks about the insanity quote about doing the same thing over and over again. Einstein and his first wife, while in the past, young Ava starts modeling for more than just artists and art schools. This is a rewrite of part of what I read last week. Chapter's got a new title. I've changed it to Scaling Up or Down. Nude modeling. Not for artists and art schools, but I should call this sexy modeling. I've posed naked for photos before. Aside from the disastrous attempt to do porn modeling, there was a professor with a pinhole camera. He chopped up the shots he took of me and compiled them into a half abstract, half realism image that appeared in a low subscriber black and white magazine. It was art. If women make money from being women, I might as well cash in. Selling acid is illegal, while selling photos of myself, posing for photos that others sell. I meet a German photographer at a party in a bona fide mansion on Quest Street, owned by a guy who works in the film industry, set back on a big treed lot. The place is inside, you can wander through ballrooms with gleaming hardwood floors and no one in them, while in others, where sound systems are set up, alternative, cool looking people crowd the spaces. I marvel that a house this big exists in downtown Concord, even if on the outskirts, and that someone lives in this late night alternative Disneyland. I meet a folk singer while having a smoke on a short concrete wall that separates the parking area from the front lawn. We'll date for a couple weeks. Sorry, I was telling you about modeling, right? The photographer, Werner, lives close to me. Come see my work, he says. So the following week I go over. The door to his second floor place is open when I arrive. I traverse his shared balcony and enter. Cool, I say, looking at the prints laid out on the table. Dull landscapes, stiff models. From his nervous, fidgety excitement, I can tell that he wants titillation from our proposed photo shoot, even if he's mouthing art. Fine. He's paying me well. I own the attire now, minus fishnet stockings. I'll buy those ahead of time. They seem like something I'll need. Another naked art photo shoot. This one with a guy I find in the back pages of Concord Now, the city's alternative newspaper. We drive a ways out of the city to a secluded park. The large 40-ish guy is quiet and brooding. It'll be fine, Ava. It'll be fine. He's an artist. There's only one other car in the gravel parking lot. We walk into a sparse forest, tall grasses and thin trees. A lot of thin trees. No one around except us. He asks me to strip down entirely, poses me against one of the narrow trunks, pulls a piece of black mesh fabric from a duffel bag, and asks me to wrap it around my head and cover my face with it. I cut through my backyard into the alley, and where it meets with another alley, I see Werner's backyard and the staircase up to his apartment. The door is open again. Fuck. I don't want to envision this photo shoot and imagine all the words Werner and I said or didn't say. I stripped off to a leather bustier that I have no memory of buying, the fishnets no memory of buying, and black underwear, some of my regularly worn undies, docks, heavy dark makeup on my eyes, and bright red lipstick. I only know what I wore because I have prints from the shoot. Usually photographers gave me prints as part of payment to be nice or because they wanted to share their work, and who's more interested than the person in the photos? You do that too, right, reader? Look for yourself in any group photo from an outing or get together you've been to when you see the pics on Facebook, in a slideshow, or on someone's wall. Man, do we people like to see ourselves in pictures? Even if we don't like it, we want to see ourselves if and when we've been captured. Narcissistic heart beating through the human species. Even among burqa-clad Muslims or nuns, I bet. Monks? Do Buddhist monks want to see what they look like when a photo has been snapped of them? Is there any person or group of persons on this earth that isn't interested in seeing depictions of themselves? Why do we care? When I was a teen, as I said, if I had any say in it, I wouldn't allow photographs of myself. I wanted to be known for something other than appearance. All that stuff I said about my 52-year-old beautiful mind is lies. Lies I tell myself to keep myself from revealing myself. Something like that. to keep myself from having the voice I've been conditioned to not have. Family and cultural training go hard, even after a lifetime of fighting. Anyway, Vernon and I are out in another alley that we've walked to from his place. I don't know this, in fact, reader. We're in fill in the space with fiction to make the story real territory. I'm standing against a concrete wall that has The Body Shop spray painted on it in black. The text refers to the garage that once was in the spot where we stand. Presumably, this is where they worked on the car's exteriors as opposed to motors or tires. I can't take off my boots, I say, looking down at a broken bottle amongst the vines and greenery growing over the half-destroyed cement bits and cracked concrete floor. Okay, Werner assents. I lean against, sit on, and straddle cement barriers for poses, but Werner loves The Body Shop. He's probably seen it before, and that's why I'm here. I don't smile seductively or anything like that. The clothes carry that load. The rest is art. I relax and do what I do for art schools and artists. I stand in front of The Body Shop, hands on my hips, and smile. Click. We're in the city, close to Chelsea Market, where anyone might walk by at any time. Kind of adrenaline boosting. Can you take off the top? Werner asks. I feel kind of sad about the whole endeavor, to be honest. A wire of thin anger runs through me, keeps the gloom from closing in. I get the money.